Hey everyone, this is Djimusic, and I'm back for another video, and today we're going to be doing Mapmaker's Guide to 14 Week 25A. So this is actually the first snapshot in like 4 weeks, so they actually added quite a bit. The last one was 21, and they actually kind of broke some stuff, but you know, it's going to happen. So this is the version A of the snapshot. B will probably be released as on the actual changelog, on the bug log. There's actually mistakes that have been marked as fixed for a future version. So B is in the works, but this is of the A version. So any bugs you see here might not be visible. So for now, let's go over the bugs. This is actually a really weird bug. Also, you can see the cursor is a little bit weird. So if I place blocks like this, no matter which way I'm facing, it'll always place that direction. This has been fixed since then, but it has not been released. So that's one of the biggest bugs. Also, if you place a log, it'll crash your game. So don't place any of the any of these logs. Any of them will crash the game. So just kind of be aware of that. Another thing that's changed with redstone is if you're like placing blocks, it'll actually place towards you. So like if I come over to here, instead of like usually if you want to come out of here, you have to turn around and do that. Now that places it the opposite direction. So you have to place it towards like this, and now it works. So that's actually kind of nice because you don't have to worry about if you want to place like a line of redstone, you can just kind of keep on going. The problem with this is if you're doing repeater lines for like survival redstone like this is another bug. As you can see, it switches between the 2 ticks. It's actually 4 ticks. Click F3, you can see delay at the very top is 4 ticks, but it doesn't display as that. So that's another bug. But as I was saying, if you place these down, it will place the line backward. So it's kind of weird because you actually have to place all your redstone ticks backward. I'm not sure if this is a bug or if this is related, but there are quite a few bugs because they completely redid the engine. Also, if you click F3, you can see model is now I do not know my name, or I don't know my name. So that's kind of another bug problem with that, but they're trying to get rid of IDs, and they say they did, so it's kind of getting there. But if you do /set block, like if you do this, and then if you say wool and 5, it's not lime yet, it's still 5, so that'll still place the lime block. So that's basically all the bugs that I have found. There's also a couple of ones like this. If I break this, you'll see a little sunflower appear for like a split second. But other than that, I mean, that's basically the new bugs. So let's go over and do the actual new features. So as you can see, I'm actually right next to a little dungeon. So let me just type the seed so you have it. I'll put this in the description as well. But there you go. If you want to explore this, my coordinates are right now 740, 63, 6, around 700. So yeah. Also, if you can hear it, there are waves now. That's new. That's a new sound. So let me go clear my inventory and step on this. Let's use our sword, and let's actually take some armor because I do not want to die. So there's actually a new enchantment as well. If I go over to the boots, there's also something called Depth Strider. So let's actually do the Depth Strider level 1. If I put these on by shifting clicking, then I will actually walk through this, and you will see that I'm actually walking not as slow as usual. If I take these off, this is as slow. I'm sprinting right now. And that's how slow it is. If I put these on, it's a little bit faster. It's not too much faster. If I put level 10 on, let's take these off, put level 10 on, walk again, you can see that I'm literally walking as fast as on land. So you don't have to worry about walking slow. It's actually faster, I think. Yeah, it's faster than on land. If I do level 255, then I can do this. And then this is basically exactly the same. So level 10 is about the max that you'll actually get. So just another enchantment that you can use if you actually make custom maps. You don't have to worry if you want them to like swim through water, but you don't want them to take forever. You can actually do that now. So if you put respiration 255 or anything really high, as well as Depth Strider, you can basically make an underground world like this, and it will look completely normal. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so as you can see over there, you can see the new mob. That is the new Guardian mob. I will show you him a little bit later, but let's actually go into the battle for now, just because I think that's what you guys want to see. So that is the Guardian mob. He actually attacks any squid in the area. They do not like squids for some odd reason. Maybe it's because they're in the area that they are in, but that is basically it. So let's actually go in. And actually, I'm going to bring a respiration 100 level helmet right now, because if I use level 3, this is level 3. I'm going to go put this on. As you can see, I have water breathing. So let me affect all players clear. Let's get rid of that water breathing and head underwater. I'm actually going to be using night vision, but for now, I just want to show you. So the bubble will break any second now. It just broke. So that is how fast you have to get under and beat that entire thing. I don't have to worry about that. So basically, if you want to get around that, you can use the torch trick. I believe that still works. By placing a torch on the wall, it'll create a little air bubble for you. So that's pretty much the only way you can really use it, because it's kind of going to go fast. So let's put on night vision again, and let's go back in with full armor. I'm going to be using, again, as I said, the level 100, but everything else is going to be in-game, except for protection level 100, just because I feel like it. So let's actually head into the game. I do not want to die, and let's go attack some of these guys. So now you can see this is the Guardian mob. They actually do not like squid, so if there's any squid around, that one might actually get attacked. It has to be within, I believe, like a 10 block radius. So let me just kind of push this guy, if I can. That's just going to kill him instantly. Yeah, so basically I have a kill instantly sword, just so you can see what they drop. Let me just give myself a normal one. There we go. Okay, so I have a normal diamond sword. I'm going to use that for now. So let's actually just try to kill them with the diamond sword. I think they have 20 health. I'm not sure. But they also lock in. As soon as it goes orange, it will hurt. So you have to get in there fast, so you don't start taking damage. I'm not taking damage because of protection, but it is a powerful effect. That is the new little alert. If you're anywhere, anytime you're near one of these, that will actually show up. If you're on the surface or whatever. Let's actually, hold on. I'm going to give myself regular armor, so it's a little bit less OP, so you can actually see the damage that it's taking. Okay, we are good, and as you can see, they are attacking the squids like crazy. They're killing them pretty much instantly. But I actually have now, I just have basically normal armor, then I have protection 2 boots with Death Strider. So you can see, as soon as, if I let them hit me, as soon as it goes orange, they will hit you. And just by that, with protection 2, it only does half a heart. I believe it does 2 hearts without armor. Actually, let's test that really quick. So without armor, it does 3 hearts. So it's not too overpowered, but it definitely can hurt. Let's put these back on just so I have armor. Okay, there we go, and we are good. As you can see, they also give you mining fatigue with 5 minutes if you do not already have it. So it's actually pretty bad. You have to make sure that you do not attack. But these actually will keep on respawning. So basically, if you take them out, oh, I do not want to be close to these guys. They do a lot of damage. So let's actually go back in and let's actually get inside of it. So these are the Guardians. This is the mob that they kind of guard the bigger boss, the Elders, on the inside. And as you can see, you actually have to break into the area to actually get into it. There is no way from the outside. I believe the only way to get in is actually if you break it. So instead of breaking it, I'm just going to use the set block command, because it's a lot. Oh gosh. So that is the boss right there. Apparently he's right at the top. So let's actually just break in. The set block. And let's head inside. So this is actually the boss. It takes quite a bit of hits to kill him. There's 3 per area. And they drop. This is the only way to actually get sponge. So sponge is down here. So they actually will drop a wet sponge, which is right there. So you can actually get sponge in the game, which is pretty cool. As you can see, Death Strider is working pretty well. I can actually run underwater. Just take out these guys. So they take about 3 hits with the diamond sword to kill. 4 hits actually. So they are pretty hard to kill. They also give you mining fatigue, which is annoying because you cannot break into it. So you actually have to avoid these guys, otherwise you have to wait for 5 minutes in order to actually get into the area. So as soon as they actually hit you, that's when they give you the mining fatigue. If you can kill them before, then you're good. So it's best to corner them and then make sure they do not have a direct view at you, and then you'll be fine. So yeah, I still have mining fatigue, so let me use my diamond pickaxe right now, and let's see how hard it is to actually break. So underwater, I do not have any enchantments to increase this. So as you can see, it is impossible to break. At least in my by the time your potion runs out, it'll not break. So the only way you can do this is if you get attacked like that, you have to restart. You have to go back up to the surface and kind of redo it. I just got hit again. I'm just gonna kind of get through these guys, and we'll get through this and move on to the next layer. There we go. Let's go underneath. So right here, there's some more Guardians, as you can see. They keep on hitting me once. It's a very slow attack, but it's powerful because it completely disables your view to get out. Also, as you can see, this is entirely underwater. That is the boss right there. It's entirely underwater, so you cannot dig out if you have mining fatigue. So it's definitely a difficult thing to do in survival unless you have a potion of water breathing potion, which gives you for 8 minutes, I believe. If you brew a get in there, kill him. Here we go. If you brew a pufferfish, you can actually get the water breathing achievement. Oh gosh, I wonder how much damage he does. Let's see. Nope, I don't want you. Other guy. Can we kill his minion? So if you block their view, that is actually how you can avoid it. That will stop the attack. So as long as you actually do not have a direct view, then you'll be fine. They do not do a melee attack. It is only a like a charge up attack, which is actually pretty good. So you can kill them pretty easily. So that's the nice thing. So let's actually go down here and let's actually take out of this guy. So basically the way you fight these guys is you hide behind a block and then just kind of attack him. Once he's charging up, make sure you hide behind a block. That'll attack it. Do it again. Hide behind a block. Just kind of keep on doing that. I think it actually is a melee attack because I think that's what I'm getting hit by. If I do F3 plus B, you can see his hitbox. It's huge. So you can basically hit him anywhere. You cannot hit the tail. It's only in the middle, but it's definitely hard. So I'm actually just going to get hit this time. Let him attack me. So let's see how many hearts it does with full diamond. It does 2 hearts with full diamond. And it's pretty powerful. You can easily kill you if you don't stay underneath. So I'm actually going to heal up again. Let's do this. Up, so there's that thing again. It actually has the hitbox on that, so it's actually it's like a picture of the entity, which is pretty cool. Hide behind a block. So there's actually 3 of these per area, so it takes a good amount of health. You have to be really careful with them. So he also gives you minor fatigue, so I'd have to wait here for 5 minutes in order to actually get the secrets of this area. So let's just let's kill this guy. Where'd he go? I don't know where he went. Oh, he went up here. Also, these guys, they keep on respawning, including the bosses. So if you go away and come back, they will respawn. So it's a good way if you want to get sponge. You can actually kind of farm them and create a farm. So right there, that is the master thing. Oh gosh, I'm just gonna use my big sword because I don't really want to deal with these guys. So let's actually just kind of beast mode these guys and kill them all because it's fun. Power 100 swords are always fun. They also, as you can see, do XP, or so they drop a little bit of XP. It's actually quite a bit if I look at it. It's about on level 14. It's actually quite a bit, so it's probably a good, maybe like level, a little bit less than a level on level 1. So as you can see, this is the box where you actually there's gold inside of this. There's a couple of these, I believe, per area. There might only be one, but let me take that off. Forgot to take that off. But basically, let's actually get in there. So I'm just gonna go game mode 1 just because I don't want to have to deal with it. And let's actually break inside. So as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gold blocks. So if you could break into this, if you like pillar down, you can actually easily get gold for like a UHC. So this actually is a really good way to get gold. I'm not sure if it'll be banned, but it might be kind of interesting because it's quite difficult to not take damage in this area. If you actually found out exactly where it was, you might be able to, but it's pretty difficult. Okay, so now that we actually are back, let's go over the chest that I have set up here. So as you can see, there is a new guardian mob. These actually are the spawn eggs for it. It's kind of like a little green thing, but if you actually spawn it on land, it's pretty cool. They have these sounds. They have like the little splash sound. It's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of like a seahorse sound, I guess. But yeah, that is the new guardian mob. It looks like they try to get to water. I'm not sure if that's true because this guy just got into water, but yeah. So let's go over to the guardian mob. I'm just going to go over and actually spawn him in this area. And let's go over his drops. Okay, let's do a clear really quick. There we go. So now, as you can see, let's actually kill this guy. And let's teleport his drops to me. So he actually drops two prismarine shards. Let's do it again. Now he actually did 2 shards as well as a fish. So they do drop raw fish. I guess it's kind of like, oops, let me turn off that really quick. There we go. So let's actually do it a couple more times and we'll see what else he drops. That time he dropped, I believe, a fish. I believe I picked it up. He dropped a shard and a fish. So they basically will drop the shards, the fish, and then they also will drop, let's see if I can pick one up. Yep, these things. The prismarine crystals. So this is actually how you craft the blocks. So if you kill enough guardians, you actually can craft these blocks. You have to worry about mining them underwater. So that's pretty cool. So let's go into survival right here, and let's actually mine these up. If you actually break these, then you actually get the shards from it. So you can actually go over there and break the shards that are on the top. These actually will emit a level 14 light above ground or underwater. If you break these, you'll get the blocks, and that's kind of worked for all of these. If you actually use a pickaxe, or not, a silk touch pickaxe on those, you actually will get the blocks. So you can use either if you want to do it. But yeah, that is how you do that. For crafting recipes, these are the crafting recipes. If you put shards on the corners and then fill it in with crystals, that's how you get the sea lanterns, which is the little light emitter block. If you do 4 of the shards next to each other, you get the prismarine block. If you do 9 of them in a square, you get the bricks. And then if you do the 9 with an ink sac in the middle, you get the dark prismarine. let's actually go right here. This is the new sponge block. The wet sponge is actually what you get from the enders, but if you get this, oh, it's elders, not enders, sorry, elders, and then basically if you actually smelt it, you will get sponge. They also added, if you smelt stone bricks, you get cracked stone bricks. And let's actually smelt this stuff. So let's actually put some stone bricks in the inventory, and when it releases, it actually will create, it'll create cracked stone bricks. So that's actually what that, and if you put wet sponge in, like this, you actually will get regular sponge. So it actually kind of dries it out. So that's pretty cool. You can actually get, that's how you actually can change it back. So let's go back into game mode 0. Now that we have our sponge, let's take this out of there. And let's go dry up some stuff. So as you can see, we are up here. I'm going to fill this with water. It's a pretty large pit. If you put sponge in the middle, it actually does kind of, you know, it takes away the sponge, and it works in a circular fashion. So it actually is does not absorb the little block right there. It doesn't absorb these two, and then those two doesn't absorb, but it does actually absorb these. So it's not exactly quite a circle around the block. It's kind of weird, but you actually can break this with your hand, and you get that wet sponge. Place it down, it does nothing. It has to be regular sponge in order for it to work. So there's a new block in the game. It's known as coarse dirt. If you put four blocks in the crafted bench like this, if you put 2 dirts like this or like this, as well as gravel, then it will actually give you 4 coarse dirt. And this is actually the coarse dirt that replaced regular dirt that could not be turned into grass. It does look different. So if I actually come in here, these are all the different types. This was the dirt 3 with a data value of 3. This was the old version. And as you see, if I place this down, it does turn into regular dirt. If I click F3, it is dirt of 0. So it's actually a little bit kind of annoying because you have to use a different look. But if you actually texture this the same, because it is a separate texture, as you can see, you actually can make it look the same if you want to actually use a texture pack. These are actually blocks that have invalid names. These actually, according to Jeb, will be removed. But for now, they actually work. These two are stone 15, and then these are air 15. So air doesn't, it still looks like the same, but you can actually you can do a fill command to replace only air 15, and it will still work. So if you do use that for my map, I use it for one of my maps. So I figured I'd mention that this is still available for use. Now, going over to the actual scoreboard versions, there are two new operations. If you use operation, and then there's a little bracket, the little less than sign, the greater than sign, as well as the equal sign. And these actually will kind of do what you kind of guess they would do. Let's actually turn on the equal sign. So let's turn on this guy and disable these. And now, as you can see on the very side, you see object 1, object 2. Let me reset object 2. Now they're the same. If I increase object 1 right there, you'll see that they're always exactly the same. And that's because the operation is actually cloning the value of objective 1 to objective 2. So you always do the target objective first. So you actually will replace this. This is where it's going to be. And this is where it has started. So objective 1 right here is being cloned to objective 2. So it's kind of nice. No matter what I do, it'll actually will save it. And if I increase it more, then you will always see that objective 2 is that way. If I do the reverse, nothing will happen because it's only cloning 1 to 2. So basically, make sure that you always put what it's looking at last, as well as the target first, and then it will work. The next two are kind of do the exact same thing, except for it actually will only clone if it's greater than or less than for a value. So this one is if objective 2 is greater. So let me just kind of increase it. You'll see that I increased 7. Now it's actually cloning it to 7, but if I increase this guy, objective 2 has a bigger value, so it doesn't do anything. So you just kind of have to experiment with this, but you kind of can see how you can use this. So basically, if they're the exact same value, so if I increase this a lot, you'll see that now it's 11 and 12, and now it's 12 and 12. As soon as I go to 13, they both have the value of 13. An example of this would be basically if you wanted to actually create a master objective. If you ever go on like a minigame server, you'll see like there's one objective for literally like health, kills, deaths, etc. You can actually do that now because you can have different objectives for all of them and then clone their value to a new objective. So you can actually have like if you want to have a different objective for each player, you just have to create different teams of different colors, and then you can have a different objective or different scoreboard for each player, and then you can have like deaths, kills, all of them. You just have a value being cloned for each of the players into the master, and you'll be good. There's actually one more thing that I forgot to say. If you click tab, your Djimusic, it actually shows your face. So you can actually see the faces of the people that are playing. So you actually can tell who it is if you don't have names on. So that's pretty cool. You can actually tell by face. And then I also, not sure if this is a bug, but if I do scoreboard objective set display list, and then let's do objective 2, you actually will see there is no value. I'm not sure why, but it does not actually display any values on the scoreboard. One final thing that I forgot to mention, if you look at the picture on the screen right now, actually the signs have been changed. So you're actually able to do a lot more with them, and you can actually add a lot more text to them. So on the very top line, you can see that there are 15 characters. I counted them out. The middle line is actually 15 characters of eyes, but now because eyes are such small characters, you can actually do almost 3 times the amount. So you can actually do a lot more with that. And that's going to be a much better feature as you actually add more stuff to signs. Another thing that was changed with this is you actually use JSON text. If you do a /block data and you actually add text to it, you can actually completely make a customized command. So that makes it a lot easier, and now you can actually do the same thing with writable books, so you don't need to use slutchers or any of the special characters, the wonderful squiggly S thing. You don't have to use that anymore. You can actually do all with JSON, so you don't have to worry about doing colors the old way, and you can actually do it all in the game. So that'll be really cool to experiment with, and I'll get back to you once I actually learn more about that, but that was just something that I forgot to mention in the video. That is basically it. I will see you guys all next time. Bye.